Today, I'm gonna completely f up my life. Over the past 15 years of my health journey, I've devised a plan to completely optimize my health. There isn't an aspect of my health that isn't completely dialed in. But today, I'm gonna consume more saturated fat and sugar than I normally would in an entire month, deprive myself of sleep, fill my lungs with toxic chemicals, completely deplete my brain of dopamine, ramp up my cortisol production, and drink actual poison. For the next 24 hours, I will be living like a standard American.
Are you okay?
I'll be documenting my subjective feeling along the way, but in order to make this a more scientifically rigorous experiment, we're gonna add some data in there too. Starting weight, 198.4. And we'll track metrics on my Oura Ring. My average sleep score is usually in the 90s, and in fact, last night my score was 95. Let's go f up my life. Normally we're in bed by around 8 and we're fully asleep by around 9 p.m. It's now a little after midnight and I've got my phone on full brightness.
What the hell are you doing?
I'm filming. The standard American only sleeps around 6 hours a night on average. Less than 8 hours of sleep can lead to dramatically decreased testosterone levels, insulin resistance, compromise your immune system, fat gain. Basically, think of any bad health related shit, and bad sleep can either directly cause it or contribute to it. Okay, it's now 7:30 a.m. That was rough. I slept like crap. Normally I would wake up around 5, a little bit before with no alarm. I kind of honestly feel hungover. Probably haven't felt like this since residency. Since then, I've worked super hard to dial in my sleep. Since most people probably would have hit snooze 5 times and been running late at this point, instead of making coffee when I'm done getting ready, our first stop will be Starbucks. To be like a true modern American, I needed to avoid human contact at all costs, so I made sure to order on the Starbucks app. So according to this blog, the most popular drink at Starbucks is the pumpkin spice latte. And I'm assuming that most Americans would get the largest size possible, so I got the venti. And to limit as much energy exposure.
You said energy exposure.
Oh, I did? Limit as much energy expenditure as possible. I'll be waiting in this long ass drive-through.
Hi, welcome to Starbucks. What can I get for you?
I have a mobile order for Adam.
Adam?
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. Adam, right?
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you.
Have a good morning.
You too. That was a they.
That was a gay.
I think it was a they. All right, here we go. It's not even coffee. So thick. That's gnarly. It's gonna be a fun day. At this point, most people are cutting it close. Work starts at 8, it's 7:45, and it takes exactly 15 minutes to get to the office. I need breakfast though, and McDonald's is on the way. Maybe I can make it. By stopping, I'll not only get to fill my body with more shit, but with the fear of being late, I'll be able to drive up my stress levels. The standard American diet on average has around 60 grams of sugar, and now sugar isn't inherently evil, but the problem is the foods that it comes in. Ultra processed and highly palatable, meaning we can consume a lot more of them without getting full. And like everything else, the poison is in the dose. Another thing Americans have plenty of is stress. In a 2022 study by Value Penguin, 84% of Americans considered themselves stressed, leading to excess cortisol levels. And just like sugar, cortisol isn't inherently evil. In fact, without it, you die. But having too much for a prolonged period of time is really what's gonna fuck you up. And yes, that's my professional medical opinion. Excess cortisol can aid in the progression of dementia, diabetes, heart disease, bone mineral loss. Again, all the bad health shit like too little sleep can do. Where's the menu even? I don't even know what to get.
Will you be seeing your mobile app today?
What?
The mobile app?
Mobile app? No, I want to order.
Okay, over here.
Can I get an egg McMuffin?
Maybe
One?
one name a muffin, okay?
And a hash brown?
Okay,
That should be good.
that's all?
Yeah, I think so.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And a hash brown?
Yeah.
Thank you. So because it's Saturday morning and there's not actual traffic, I came to this lot to try to simulate traffic as much as I possibly could. I looked at the top 10 podcasts in the US right now, and 2 of them are true crime. So I put on this podcast Morbid right now, so we can learn about all the creative ways in which people can kill each other, all while shoveling down this 900-calorie breakfast and diabetes bomb while being ultra stressed because we're already late for work and now we're stuck in traffic.
The thing about this too is that they were just about to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, they were
Like,
making moves to get away from me.
She had signed a new lease that morning, Melanie, for her and Jack to move out. And while she was gone signing the new lease, Buddy went and did whatever he did. Yeah, but at the end of part 1, the universe caught up to him because he was sitting directly in front of a cop. And
After that breakfast and all that sugar, I definitely feel just kind of nasty. The drink made my mouth feel weird because I don't ever really consume sugar, so I feel like it's like clinging to my teeth. I don't know, weird feeling. And the food was super heavy and greasy, so I feel tired. And I'm super stressed out because now I'm convinced that Victoria is likely going to cut off my penis and shove it down my throat, asphyxiating and killing me because she's sleeping with my friend and they're trying to get my life insurance policy. These podcasts will fuck you up. Next, I'll be locking myself in this office for the next 8 hours, ensuring that I get no fresh air and no sunlight. Instead of standing and working here at my standing desk with the windows open, I will be sitting here all day with the windows closed. I also got some snacks to eat through the day because why have a nutritious meal when you can have snacks, of course? These will add an extra 800 calories onto my day. And of course, to be a true American, good old vape. A recent study in the journal, what was the name of that journal? Arteriosclerosis, Thrombosis, and Vascular Biology. These journals always have some bullshit names. Anyways, it found that vaping had a similar negative effect on the cardiovascular system as smoking did. The issue here is that you're inhaling highly inflammatory particles into your lungs, which get taken up into your cardiovascular system. These particles interact with the lining of our arteries called the endothelium, which is a really small single-cell layer that's highly fragile. And when we disrupt that endothelium and we give cracks and rivets and divots and dents and all kinds of bullshit in it, that's when the cholesterol can stick to it. When that cholesterol sticks to it, that's when plaque forms. Too much plaque builds up, and that's called atherosclerosis. And to put in layman's terms, when you have atherosclerosis, you're fucked. You're gonna have a heart attack, my friend. And atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease, or ASCVD, is the leading killer of all humans. Men, women, he, she, they, whatever kind of bullshit you're calling yourself, black, yellow, purple, blue, yeah, we're all gonna get ASCVD. So it just makes sense to not do shit that's gonna increase the risk of cardiovascular disease. But hey, that's just me. Because you're still hungry from the shit breakfast you ate and you've never fully learned how to regulate your hunger cues, you end up snacking throughout the day. And again, there's nothing inherently wrong with these foods, it's just these calories add up. Made it through 8 hours of work, my ass is like numb, but also kind of hurts, and my back is stiff as fuck. It's no wonder to me that people are always complaining about their backs hurting. That shit sucked. I also feel borderline depressed and kind of like claustrophobic from not seeing sun all day.
I'm going to the store.
There's nothing wrong with a little bit of porn and masturbation. It's completely normal to beat your meat. The issue is that porn is highly stimulating and produces even more dopamine than actual sex does. Meaning, if you've been watching a lot of porn and you go to have actual sex, and it's not with your hot-ass stepsister who just so happened to be naked and somehow got stuck in the dryer and now needs your 12-inch python to pry her loose, it's underwhelming.
Are you okay?
I don't know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know why my libido's been trash and I just can't get it up. I think I need TRT. After that disappointing encounter, I decided it was time to retire to the couch because, I haven't quite sat long enough today. I turned on the news to once again make sure I drove up my cortisol levels, and I ensured that I picked a station that perpetuated my personal beliefs and biases the most. All while I sat scrolling through TikTok, because if that dopamine wasn't depleted enough from that earlier FAP session, well, this would definitely do it. This is almost worse than porn. In fact, I think it is worse than porn. Hear me out. There's a super addicting component to this. So, porn, it hits you right away. Within seconds, that beaver's getting drilled into oblivion. But on TikTok, we see this bitch with a miniskirt on, looking like she's about to open her legs. Does she have panties on? Is she just gonna give me a full-blown spread eagle? Maybe she will have panties on, but one of those lips will slip out. And right when I'm about to find out, the clip's over and it goes in the next one. And it's a different bitch in the exact same scenario. But maybe this bitch is gonna give a little bit more, so I'm gonna wait and see. Another thing is, porn's fake. We all know it. On TikTok, these girls feel more obtainable. I mean, you can literally send them a message right there. And she'll send you her OnlyFans link, and for only $5 a month, she'll tell you how much of a bad daddy you are, and that your 4.5-inch dick is the biggest thing she's ever seen. Send 20 more bucks and she'll send you her panties with her snail trail on them. This super obtainable, easy reward is massively dopamine depleting. So now, after being completely stressed from all the news and as dopamine depleted as possible, I figured it was time to order some dinner. It's been a long day, so instead of just cooking myself a nutritious meal, I'm hopping on Uber Eats and I'm gonna order myself a pizza. And of course, I'm making them leave it at the door because we're trying to avoid human contact at all costs. while I wait for this pizza, I'll have a beer because I deserve it, right? 62% of Americans say that they regularly consume alcohol. The active ingredient in alcohol that gets us drunk is ethanol. This is literally a poison. There's literally zero actual benefit to consuming ethanol. I could go on and talk about the increased risk of diabetes, cancer, and heart disease, but most of you are vain and care a lot more about your abs than you do the progression of cardiovascular disease. So let's talk about how alcohol is making you a fat ass. It starts with the amount of calories it has. Ethanol has 7 calories per gram, making it only 2 less than fat and 3 more than both carbohydrates and protein. That shit adds up quick. And now for some more sciencey shit. Alcohol inhibits 2 things, PPAR alpha and AMP kinase. An inhibition of these leads to a dramatic reduction in fatty acid oxidation, which leads to fatty liver disease, and then spills over into your precious abs. And that is why when you drink too much, you become a fat ass. Okay, I get it. A few drinks here and there with your friends, it's totally fine. But every fucking night, are you kidding me? Come on, it's literally poison. Just fucking stop. This is truly a day of first for me. I haven't been to fast food in well over 15 years. I've never bought a vape pen, and I haven't had a sip of alcohol in probably 2 to 3 years. But I was hopeful that this Bud Light would be a little controversial, and some of you might lose your shit in the comments arguing about it. How do I open this fucking thing? Cheers. It's not good. It's not good at all. I literally feel like I'm gonna shit my pants and throw up at the same time. Fuck it, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. I literally feel like shit. This is it. That's it. Well, it was the next day. I woke up around 5, my normal routine. I felt like complete trash. It was really hard to sleep last night. I did go to the gym. I just finished working out. After weighing myself, these were the results. All right, let's see how much I gained last night. 203.4, so 5 pounds. And this is what I looked like at the gym. Physique update after the day. Obviously not terrible. Didn't put on a ton of fat, just glycogen and water retention, so yeah, it didn't kill me. Again, probably just a lot of glycogen and water retention, no real fat gain, but you do this over and over again and you definitely will get fat. What I found to be the most astonishing was the data on the Oura Ring, so let's check this out. My resting heart rate went up, my HRV went down significantly. For some reason, my body temperature stayed optimal, which I don't know. I felt like I was sweating and felt like shit all night long, so don't know how much I believe that, but I guess my body temperature didn't get crazy out of range. I didn't have a fever. I guess that makes sense. Recovery index is shit. My sleep was shit. My sleep balance was shit. The only thing that was okay was my sleep regularity because I did go to bed and wake up around the same time. So that's one thing that I kept static. So my weight skyrocketed and my health metrics on my Oura Ring literally plummeted. It's no wonder why people come to me day after day saying I feel like shit. Hippocrates once said,
Socrates. Hey, we know that name. Yeah. Hey, look him up. Oh, it's under Socrates. Oh, yeah.
Okay, I know they were talking about Socrates, but I just love that scene. So anyways, Hippocrates once said, before you heal someone, ask his fat ass if he's willing to give up the things that make him sick. Yeah, that was a direct quote. That's the problem with most of America and our current health systems. We've developed these amazing band-aids that allow people to keep living this way, feeling like shit, but just not dying. But is that really living? If you told me that I had to feel this way every day, I think I'd tell you to just shoot my ass. If you're like me and you don't want to just survive, you want to truly thrive, then hit the subscribe button, because my goal here on YouTube is to build a team of complete badasses who are fully optimized and thriving. See you guys in the next one.